I've been told so many times that I intimidate men. I've been told this by women. I've been told this by men that I've actually dated. And it is a very hard pill to swallow because I'm just out here living my life doing me. I'm not trying to impress you. I'm not trying to overshadow you. I'm just being me, talking about me, what I've accomplished. It's really not in any way meant to intimidate you. And what's really interesting about it is if I was a man telling you all of these things, you actually would be thinking about like, wow, how can I do work with them? Or how can I bring them into my circle? Or wow, that's really impressive, right? You wouldn't be intimidated by me. But because I'm a woman, you're intimidated because I'm not like any other chick you dated. Or maybe I'm not like the women in your life. Or maybe you're just not used to seeing a woman reach a certain stature or have a certain level of success or have so much confidence and is so secure and comfortable in their own skin that it makes you uncomfortable and it's therefore intimidating. Why is that?
Queen, let me start off by acknowledging that just because you claim something is true does not automatically make it 100% accurate. I do believe that women tell other women they intimidate men. No doubt about that. At the same time, when you try to pawn off that men possibly tell you that you intimidate them at the same rate as women do when you don't specify a percentage breakdown, that is the real hard pill to swallow. I've said it before, the only men who tell women they are intimidated by them are either beta imps who are trying to make you feel better in the hopes you will pick them, or a guy who is trying to break up with you easily so he says you are intimidating as an excuse to exit the relationship. Ladies, for those of you who actually believe this horse dung that women intimidate men, I'm going to ask first, what is the definition of intimidate? Answer on the screen. Secondly, what do you think it is about you that intimidates men? Oh my, she has an attitude. Run for the hills. Whoa, she has confidence. Quickly, hide under the table. Guys, she has a degree and a professional job.
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
Ladies, do you understand how silly it sounds? Let me put it this way. You actually think a guy you want to protect you and provide for you is intimidated by you? Seriously, how many times have you seen men demand safe spaces for the all-intimidating women with 5 pounds of plastered makeup on? Moving on.
Are you intimidating to men? And if so, what can you do to change that? Okay, so a lot of you assume that it's what you look like or how much money you have, where you went to school, your career, things like that that make you intimidating. And that's actually not the case, although those might be contributing factors. What is usually the icing on the cake when it comes to this is someone with a standoffish or cold personality. So for example, if you're really hot and you're also standoffish, yeah, you're going to be intimidating. So the way to change that is just to be warmer and a little bit more curious and kind when you're talking to the types of guys you're trying to attract, and honestly just anyone in general. That might mean smiling more, using their name, adding exclamation points in your text messages, little things like that go a long way. Follow my account for more dating tips though, and good luck.
No fam, you're really not. And having a standoffish attitude, that don't make you intimidating. That makes you a turnoff. Ladies, let me come at this from a different angle to try and open your eyes to the not so obvious. How would it sound if men started saying, you women are intimidated by short men, or you're intimidated by broke men, or you're intimidated by fat men, or you're intimidated by uneducated men? That would sound silly. You ladies aren't intimidated by these men. You just prefer not to date these men. Wait a minute. Did the light just come on? Incident audits. Are you saying men aren't intimidated by certain types of women? They just don't want to date them? Men actually have preference? Is that possible? No. Boss babes have a degree. They have a career. They have money. Only insecure, intimidated men don't want to date them. These things make them attractive to real men. Rom-coms and womanism have told all Western women that, so it must be true. Yeah, why would women ever listen to what men say they want when female coaches like this queen has all the answers, right? Moving on.
All right, ladies, now come closer, because I'm going to give y'all some advice that they do not want to tell y'all. When men are intimidated by you, they cheat on you. Just listen, hold on. If you really think about it from a man's perspective, this is a narcissistic, egotistical, crazy, psychopathic man's perspective, by the way. The only thing better than being with a bad is cheating on a bad. Because if I am insecure and I am intimidated by who you are naturally, like naturally you are pretty, naturally you are kind-hearted, you are amazing, people love you, they embrace you, you're smart, you're talented, all of these things that I am not, probably won't be, or I'm still trying to figure out how to be. As a broken man, I know that I can't amount to the level of self-esteem and self-confidence that you have worked so hard to get throughout the years. So the only thing that I can do is try to humble you. And they do that by cheating, lying, manipulating, grooming you throughout the relationship. It starts with like those small things, like y'all get together and he'll insult you, but he'll say it like a real playful joke. And then next thing you know, months into the relationship, he's just saying things flat out, and it's not like a LOL tone behind it. He's just saying it and leaving it out there. It's just mean.
Fam, I have to call a spade a spade. This was some deep dive copium. I am talking about Breaking Bad levels of copium. The amount that should be illegal without a script. This queen actually said a mountain of self-hype qualities a woman can supposedly have, and if a man cheats on her, it's because he is intimidated. Fam, I fail to see the connection she is struggling to make. Can anyone in the comments please show a very clear and logical way how a man who has a woman who apparently is near perfection equates that he is insecure for cheating on her perfection? I'm sure there are several women who cheat on their hard-working husbands with a Chad/Tyrone because they were bored or not happy in their little heads. But connecting a man's infidelity with intimidation is like trying to make a turkey fly using only the force. Then try to wrap it all up in a he trying to make it a low. To be honest, ladies, this is what men mean when they say you women are not making any sense. Just because you feel something may be what you call my truth doesn't make it true. Brah, if copium was a drug that could be bottled and sold, all the South and Central American cartels would lose half their clients to a TikTok pusher.
But you're so used to, oh, he's just joking, he's just playing around, that you don't even realize that the energy has shifted. And he's not joking, he's just reading you at this point. And it's always interesting to me to see how men will cheat on some of the smartest, most beautiful, most creative, like just all that. Those sorts of women with women who probably couldn't even touch her on her worst day. And it's sad how I see women who have always been so confident and so strong literally start to second guess who they are because, oh my God, he likes that. And well, what does that mean about me? And why couldn't I be enough? And I'm smart and I'm pretty, aren't I? Yes, you are. He's just raggedy. Him cheating boosted his ego and brought down your self-esteem. So he thinks he's won. These are the traits of a true narcissist. And y'all really don't realize how dangerous it is to date one until you've had one. Stop dating people that you have no business with. And by no business with, I mean the people who literally don't even know how to love you and honor you and treat you, even though you make it so perfectly easy for them. Like all you got to do is show up. I got everything else. These men will naturally ruin you because they are ruined. And if we're being honest, how do you expect any of these men to know how to treat a bad when they've never had one? You're welcome.
All you got to do is show up. I got everything else. There it is, right there. The true narcissist attitude that kills attraction and makes women like this queen falsely believe the entire spiel she threw out there. Western women actually think they only have to show up with their bad bee selves, and that is it. Men have to provide everything else. Kneel before Zod, and treat these women like royalty. Ladies, if you think a degree and a job makes you a bad bee, well, you are mistaken. Women cannot dictate their value to men. Men decide your values. I am sorry. Just like an unemployed, broke, short, out of shape guy can't dictate to women who they need to be with, neither do any of you women dictate the same to men. Fam, let's call it how it is. When a woman like this queen uses the shaming tactic of men are intimidated, it's nothing more than a coping mechanism for their egos when an HVM doesn't bend to their will. Moving on.
I get called intimidating a lot. Like, I just find you so intimidating. Makes me mad, and I want you to listen to why, because I bet you can either relate to this because you've been called it too, or you're saying it to other women. So please listen. I am a very nice person. I go out of my way to be kind and nice. I'm very empathic, very intuitive. I will do whatever I can to make you feel comfortable in my presence. I'm also smart, and I'm also confident. Let's not even get into the motherfucking mountain I had to climb to be raised in this society to be able to present myself those ways. Forget about it. The thing is this, I'm kind. I'm just also smart and confident. So I'm not intimidating. You're just intimidated by a smart and confident woman. That's about you. It's not about me.
Queen, you claim that you get called intimidated a lot. I assume you mean men have said this to you? Sure! I believe that's 100% on the money. It's just as accurate as you claiming you are kind and nice while cursing like a sailor. And if you have to state multiple times you are smart/confident, there is zero doubt you are both. It can't possibly be you, Queen. Nah, it's those intimidated men that are the issue. They obviously can't handle you. But I have to state something to my female viewers, which for some odd reason has come to mind just now. Men will actively be scared off by women who fall in the cray-cray category. Ladies, let me point out that men avoid the Harley Quinns when they can. I.e., no matter how hot she is, the layers of disturbed psyche serve as a keep out sign for any man who values his peace of mind. If you ladies want to categorize that as an intimidating factor, I'm not going to argue against it. Why was I thinking about that? I just can't put my finger on it. Well, back to this Queen's comments. I wouldn't say men are intimidated by a smart/confident woman. What exactly is intimidating about her? Nah, fam. It could be possible that maybe it's the other factors about said woman that keeps men away. I'm not going to mention something in particular, but sometimes you have to remember, in nature, fluorescent colors are considered warning signs. Moving on.
Tutorial for meeting a husband in New York City. Just kidding, but not really. My approach to dating as follows. I'm a very busy human. I run a fitness company. I'm always in this outfit and sweaty. Turns out guys like in your regular clothes. I found the more I dressed up, the more guys I did not meet because they were either intimidated or they didn't approach me in the same way. I always wore whatever I was working out in or rolling out of bed in. I actually met my husband wearing a sweatshirt hung over that said tough on it. So I'm not giving you primetime seating like a Friday night or a Saturday night if I have no idea who you are. So you don't get prime time for date number one. It's a quick coffee, quick dog date, something easy, and in the daytime that you're not drinking alcohol, being sauced, and finding out this person is not who you thought that they were. Finally, when it comes to dating, I like quantity. Quantity leads to quality. Meeting someone in person is totally different than seeing a picture. You don't want pen pals. Get a sense for who they are. Do not get glam for a first date. You'll likely be disappointed because you're like, why did I waste my best lip gloss? I even shaved my legs because it's not worth it. Go with the sweatpants, go with the cute, sweaty outfit, and you won't be disappointed.
Let's use her own numbers here. 1. Fam, now men are intimidated by women dressing up? Really, Queen? What exactly happened? You wore a dress and men ran away screaming?
Maybe we better take off.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say what more than likely happened was a result of her being so busy. It took too much time to get dressed up. Maybe she got to the dates late or not well dressed. The guy she was into had other options and bounced. She had to drop her standards, which allowed her to meet her current husband. Maybe I'm wrong, but claiming men got intimidated because of dressing up is like claiming a shark got intimidated by a goldfish. 2. I'm gonna agree with the coffee date. I can't help notice, but it works out for her so she can come dressed in yoga pants. 3. All I have to say about this is
Him, her, bodies!
4. Do not get glammed up for a first date. Of course not. We all know first impressions are not that important. Funny how women knowingly discard men for small details yet expect men to accept them all sweaty. Yeah, I am confident when saying the probability of her snatching up an HVM was low. Something tells me she settled. I'm just saying, if you enjoy this audit, click on the video in the end screen for more content. If you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.